Hi and welcome to the next edition of Development News. Today I present from Berlin. My name is Sergey, I'm the producer of the game, and Andre is joining us from Vilnius. Hi Andre.
Hi all.
We're all a little bit sick because of the weather, so we apologize if we're going to sound like we're in the torture chamber. The main message of this news is the introduction of the autumn season, as well as the new feature that we're rolling out with the update this week. The autumn season is the first of the seasons, and we're switching from updating the game every 2 or 3 weeks to rolling out a major update every 3 months or so. The autumn season kicks off this week. The winter season will begin on December 15th, and the spring season, or the Easter season, whatever you call it, will start in March of 2017, celebrating the first anniversary of the full release of the game. The first thing that you have to know about the seasons is that we're going to do a full rating wipe at the beginning of each season. So all the players who currently have different ratings will go down to 100 or up, as in the case of people with 99. And everyone's going to start the autumn season with 100. We will do the awards to top 20 players on each server, on Amsterdam and on Singapore, at the end of the season on December 15th. And we will do also a mid-season award ceremony that's going to happen on the 15th of November. So if you're looking to get some prizes and some of the games from our friends, it's going to be a mixed bag of prizes. Then the first checkpoint is 15th of November, and the big checkpoint is at the end of the season, 15th of December. Together with the rating wipe, what goes is inflation. So right now you still have inflation in the game that slightly chips away at your rating or gives you a rating if you're below 100. That's going to go. And during the season, there is no changes, there is no inflation that's going to happen. So if you play really well for a week and then stop playing until the end of the season, then you're going to keep the whole, all the points. Nothing is going to chip away. The next change and the next thing that comes with the season is specific seasonal drops. So let's go to the inventory and take a look at that. In addition to the regular chests that drop in the game right now, in addition, so not replacing, but in addition, you will have pumpkin chests dropping by. Every pumpkin chest contains a specific autumn season item, and the pumpkin chests are dropping only for the next 7 weeks. So to get those items, either you have to trade on the marketplace with other players. I mean, we're not a part of the system, you just have to find some players who have those items, or you have to get them as drops during the next 7 weeks. On average, right now, we get about 400 to 500 drops every day. So with the autumn season, let's say half of those maybe will be autumn based. Now let's look at the new items that are coming. So half of the items, more or less half of the items, will be specific to the autumn season, and the other half will be just general stuff. The first thing that we'll look at is blueprints. So with the crafting system, you are able to convert energy into items if you have blueprints for those items. So that blueprint means that you can convert a certain amount of energy into a regular chest and then open that chest and then get a random item. The second blueprint is much more rare, and that blueprint allows you to create an autumn season chest, a pumpkin chest basically. So if you get your hands on that blueprint, then you're able to create autumn season items outside of the season at any day in the year. I think we'll get around 300 to 400 such blueprints overall in the game during the next 2 months, and that's gonna be it. So that item is very rare, and the level of the rarity is contraband. We haven't had that level before. The next blueprint is for batteries. So batteries are a way to package your energy. If you have some common items you don't need, you just convert them into energy. And then if you have a blueprint like this, then you build batteries with 20 charges, and then you just drop them on the marketplace and trade for something else that you want. The next item on the list that we're introducing is a player profile specific to the Halloween season. As you can see, it comes from the autumn set, and this is how it looks in the game. It's kind of rare, so I'm pretty sure that not everyone will land this, but it should be pretty easy to trade, let's say, battery for something like this. The next item is the background that you're currently seeing in the game. So that background is in the game for the next 7 weeks, but if you want to use it outside of the 7 weeks, then you have to get this item, or it'll drop to you and you'll just give it. The same thing applies to the soundtrack. The Halloween track is available right now to everyone, and then at the end of the season it's going to go. And if you have this item, then it'll just remain in your track list. The next item is a bit more interesting. It's the first time I do it. It's called, I don't know what it's called in English actually. Let's open this pumpkin thing. Yeah. Okay, so it's a pumpkin-o-mat, and that replaces, if you wish so, it replaces your misfortune animation in the game, so that players to whom you're sending a misfortune will see a pumpkin deliver it, and not just the usual envelope flying through. You can turn it on or off, and it's the first of the modification in the game that we're making. It's purely cosmetic, and it's just a part of the seasonal stuff. So if you want to have more fun, then you can have a pumpkin deliver the misfortune to someone. The next item that we have, let's say the next seasonal item that we have is the emoticon connected to Halloween. That's a laughing pumpkin. And yes, as it says, it's a spooky laugh. You'll see the animation in the game and the sound effects that Dana has created. They're pretty spooky. The next thing that we have is what we ironically call that gremlin. You know, the gremlins are immortal, but sometimes they feel like giving up. Sometimes, you know, you climb out of jail and someone takes all your money and then you get arrested again and you're like, okay guys, you know what, I'm dead. The next item that's seasonal is a player icon in the lobby that shows you a pumpkin head. So again, that's available only for the next 7 weeks as drops, and you know, rarity is rare, so means that there should be about a few thousand of those dropping in the next 7 weeks for sure. And the next lobby icon that we have is introduced by popular demand of all the players spending time in jail, and it's called Prisoner. And I think it's pretty cool if you go into a rated game, a ranked game, and you have this icon, and you basically tell people, hey, you know, I'm not a good player. I'm just spending my time in jail, and then just hope that people don't bother you that much. Okay, the next item on the list is 2 emoticons that are regular, so it means that they will keep dropping from now on until. And that's a slow clap, you know, kind of an ironic way to show your appreciation for something that other players think is important, but you don't really think so. And then the other emoticon that is a gremlin eating popcorn, and we think it's pretty funny, yeah, because gremlins don't really eat, but I guess he's chewing mechanical popcorn. This is the emotion that some of you requested when 2 other opponents in the game are battling each other, and you don't really have any major assets, so all you can do is just enjoy the show and look at them battle each other. And then finally we have 3 new messages: the horror, surprise, and attack the leader. Attack the leader is handy if you think someone is attacking the wrong player, and in fact they should focus more on preventing the leader from finishing the game. And then the other 2, they're also situational. Surprise, yeah, you know, you go to the astral plane and everyone expects you to play something strong, but you ran out of money. So you're like, okay, surprise, nothing happens. And the horror, many of us have been in a situation where one misfortune happens after another, so that is meant to reflect that. And finally, that's the battery for 20 charges. You can also get it as a drop, so sometimes it'll drop on you, and it's pretty common. So there'll be quite a lot of that. And that's about it for the new items. There was something else that I wanted to tell you about. Yes, okay. So together with the rating wipe, we'll reset the statistics of all the characters. And now Andre is giving me a hint also that I forgot about the global effect. So right now we should put on the screen this animation, hopefully. That arrives as a seasonal item, and that's a pretty rare thing anyway, because there's not that many global effects in the game, and also relevant to the season. Now, the big feature. I mean, it's a huge feature. It's not a team play mode or something, but the big, let's say, a feature that we delayed the update. The reason that we delayed the update last week is that we had this new feature almost ready, and you can see it right now. So we have a pretty funny award called Spectator. I don't know if you find it funny or not. We're not native English speakers. Maybe we should just replace it with watch or something. So you go to the lobby and you see that the existing sessions, the current ongoing sessions, they have this opportunity to join as a spectator. We make all of the rated games open to spectators, and we make private games open to spectators unless people who created those games set up click the option do not allow spectators, because sometimes maybe you have a private game, you don't want anyone watching, so you just say, okay, I don't want anyone else to watch my game. So now we go into spectator mode, and let's look how that looks in the game. So you click spectate on the game that allows you to to join as a spectator, and you jump right into the game. So in the top right corner you can see the lobby icons of the current spectators. If you hang over the icon, you can see the nickname of that player. Also, instead of the cards on the right hand side, you can see the list of all the spectators currently in the game. And you can also switch to the chaos cards, so you can always check if any have been played. Now, we're not showing any cards because we don't want to have a chance of unfair play, as we're exposing all of the ranked sessions. If you click on the name of the spectator, you can open the profile, and then from that profile you can go to Steam profile if so you wish. So if you want to connect to some friends, then you can do this easily. 4 new indicators, 1 indicator, 3 buttons next to all the spectators. The first one shows you the number of spectators currently in the game. That's not the total number of unique spectators in that session, which you will see in the stats, but that's just how many people are watching this game right now. The second button is muting and unmuting spectators. We will allow spectators to use emoticons and text messages, and if someone will be spamming, then you can just mute the whole thing, and that's it. And then you can show emoticons and you can send text messages. You cannot use global effects because that'll be too distracting for the players, and the delay between using those communication tools is increased, so spectators cannot really spam players in the game. Now, what I wanted to say is that the whole spectator mode is currently being released as 0.9 version, so we will, and we hope we will, make certain improvements and changes as we get more feedback from you guys how you play the game. And if you play the game in the next 2 or 3 weeks, please give us feedback about what is missing, what can be improved, what can be changed for the better, so that in December we can introduce the next revision of the spectator mode that will be hopefully more enjoyable. Now, the last thing left to say before we wrap up this update is we are currently working on the new tournament. It will happen in the game with the tournament ladder and everything. It's going to happen in about a week and a half, 2 weeks from now. It'll be a small update, technical update issued before then. That's the tournament that'll have different rules. We never played with these rules before, and it's tentatively centered around a chest, or let's say certain card mechanics that you may have already seen in the game. We will have more news next week where we will introduce this formally. Meanwhile, thanks for watching, and see you later. If you have any questions, just post them on the forums. Bye bye.